doing?
First day in the Shenandoahs, and we did about 9 miles today, right, Phil?
A little over.
A little over. First mile or so was about 1,000-foot climb out of the entrance to the park, and we're staying at this wonderful shelter here tonight. It's called Calf Mountain, right?
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. Yep, Calf Mountain Shelter, and we got a fire pit, picnic table, and a two-tiered shelter, complete with a bunch of mouse poop. Look at that, huh? What'd you think of today, Phil?
It was good.
Hard?
Towards the end.
Tomorrow we got what?
13.
13 to the next shelter, the next water. So there's a spring at this shelter, so we're gonna fill up on water tomorrow morning, and we got about 13 miles before we can get more. And it's gonna be in the mid 80s maybe tomorrow. So it was a beautiful night. Supposed to get down in the 60s tonight. Oh, I'll show you where the tent is. That's kind of nice over there. So right from the shelter, just come down this path. It's about a third of a mile back up to the trail. This is actually not on the Appalachian Trail shelter. This is off the Appalachian Trail. So we're set up over here. Got all the clothes hanging up that we wore today because we were sweating like crazy. All the clothes hanging up and the tent all set up down there. First time on a long distance hike with the new duplex, so looking forward to trying it out. It's light as a feather. It's awesome. So that's where we're at tonight. Catch you tomorrow. Good morning. Second day, just starting out, and we just came down a nice climb down, well, descent I should say. And this is the beginning of our 13-mile day, and it is hot and it is humid and there is no water for 13 miles. So I'm carrying about almost 4 liters of water. She's carrying about good 2 liters of water. So we'll see how far we can get, and hopefully we can make it without having to scrounge for water somewhere. But there are no sources naturally. The only chance we would have is maybe flagging down a car on Skyline Drive. So we'll see how it goes. Later. This is one of our favorite sections we've come across yet. The views are starting to get beautiful. You can see like 3 or 4 rows of mountains out there. A lot of pines. Kind of a loose gravel on the trail, so it's easy to walk. Just beautiful right here. Cooler? Yeah, maybe because we have a little more ventilation coming in out of the valley down there. Very nice. So we just got about almost a 4-hour period of going up in elevation. So I do believe we're at the highest elevation of our day, and not a lot of big climbs left. We just have little ups and downs, a couple hundred feet there. So far I think today we've probably climbed well over 1,000 feet. So it's beautiful woods up here. See if I can show you. Yep, there we go. Nice shady. There's a slight breeze. It's still up in the 80-degree range, probably around 82, 83 degrees. So it's warm, going through a lot of water. And like I said, this is that stretch with 13 miles in between water sources. So we're doing good. And we'll stop for lunch soon. And hopefully it'll be almost the halfway point when we stop for lunch. Finally came down the mountain into our last drop into a gap tonight. We got Black Rock Gap. Now we still have about another 500 to 600 foot climb up to the shelter in about a mile. So it's been a long day. Feels good.
Wow.
Most spectacular section so far on our hike. This is Black Rock Mountain. can see it looks like it was, I don't know if that's a glacial deposit or what the hell. But there's a lot of rocks here. There's a long climb up here, but worth the hike. Just look at that. Oh my gosh, even past the hills way out there, you can see farmland or towns or something. Quiet as can be up here. Beautiful. Just came out of the woods over there, and we got to cut through this. It's called a parking area on Shenandoah on Skyline Drive, and stopped here to have a little rest and enjoy this gorgeous view. Stayed at the Loft Mountain Campgrounds last night, and rained really hard. The tent stayed good and dry inside, but it was pouring out there. And so now we're walking about a mile or so, a little less than a mile back to the trail. How was the night, Phil?
Oh, it was good. A little wet, rainy. Very rainy. So we're hoping for a decent day today. I don't know what it's going to be like out there. We'll see, but we'll see how it goes. We're coming up to the AT after that side trail, getting back to it. A little spot here called the Cliffs, as you can probably see why. It's very cool. Climbing up the cliffs. Yeah, that's high enough.
Oh, go where you're there. Go to the top.
I'm at the top.
Not really.
I'm at the top.
No, you're not.
This is my top.
That's your top? Oh, good golly. And a view of the fog, but nonetheless it's a view.
It's my top.
Your top. Very cool. A lot of fog out there. This is the first flowing water we've seen, probably because of the rain last night. Beautiful little spot.
After coming through a really nice spot.
Yeah, and it was very nice and thick pines up ahead. We came from the trail, went up on the ridge, of course opposite direction that we're walking now. Now we got a little mountain up there to climb.
Holy bejeebers.
Supposed to be another beautiful view here, but as you can see, it's another white wall out there. Even with the fog in the hills, it's still beautiful here. If you look way up through the trees up in there, you can see that's Skyline Drive. Just came up to another wayside. These waysides are little pull-offs, because that's Skyline Drive out there. And then these waysides are for people to come and look at the scenery without having to hike it. So you can see, if you see Phyllis up there, just look at that fog blasting her. That's why she went up there, to get blasted by the cool fog to cool down. Really pretty. So Phil, how many restaurants have you eaten at in New Jersey with a view quite like that?
I'm not even looking at it. Oh wow, that's gorgeous.
You know,
I should have
shit.
turned around. What an ass.
I told you.
Oh wow, that's gorgeous.
I'm going to finish up packing up here at the Black Rock Hut, and we had a little visitor this morning while we're packing up. I don't know if you can see him. I'll try to zoom in on him. Well, maybe he's coming up to see us. There he is, looking right at us. Guess he's coming around looking to see if anybody dropped anything. Hey dear. How you doing, buddy? There he goes. So we had a nice visitor this morning. Everybody else left. We're in no rush to get out of here because we only have about an 8-mile day. So it was a good night. We didn't stay in the hut, but there beautiful water source down below, ice cold water coming out of the side of the mountain, good flow on it. So after a 13-mile day with no water, it felt wonderful. So finishing up, packing up here, and we'll be hitting the trail, going about, like I said, about 7 or 8 miles, something like that. So talk to you later.
Once we get to the top, I can take some water.
Okay, look at that wall going right over our heads. Almost like being in a cave. This would be a cool spot to camp out in here. Looks like some people might have.
Really?
Yeah, imagine if it was like raining and you could stay under here.
I don't know. I think I'd be afraid the thing would fall on me.
Doubtful. No. Very cool.